have some questions about the topic about part 1 of the IELTS speaking test. Question 1. Where is your hometown? My hometown is Gia Lai, a province in the Central Highlands of Vietnam. It is well known for its coffee, pepper, and beautiful red Khorasan soil. The atmosphere there is peaceful and the people are friendly and welcoming, which makes it a nice place to grow up. Question 2. Is that a big city or a small place? Actually, it's a large city in terms of areas, but the population is relatively small. It means that it feels spacious and not overcrowded, which I find really comfortable to live in. Question 3. Have you learned anything about the history of your hometown? Yes, I have. I know that Gia Lai has a long history and is home to several ethnic minority groups with rich traditions. It's also an important part for growing coffee and trading agricultural products, which is still true today. Question 4. Did you learn about the culture of your hometown in your childhood? Yes, I did. I learned about the local festivals and traditional dances performed by ethnic groups in Gia Lai. And at school, I also learned about how coffee and pepper can grow because it's not only important to the economy but also is a big part of our cultural identity. Question 5. Would you like to use a computer or a tablet? It depends on what I am doing. If I prefer using computer for housework, for working, studying, or entertainment because it has a big screen and proper keyboard, which makes typing faster. But when I want to when I travel or want to relax or watch something in bed, I always use a tablet because it's very convenient. Question 6. In what conditions would you use a computer or a tablet? If I have to do some tasks like typing reports, editing documents, or attending online meetings, I always choose the computer. But when I'm outside and want something lightweight to carry, I choose a tablet to check emails or browse the internet. Question 7. When was the first time you used a computer or tablet? The first time I used a computer was when I was at the primary school. I still remember the feeling very excited because I could play some simple games and learn how to type. As for the tablet, I first used one when I was about 25 years old, mainly for reading ebooks. Question 8. What would your life be like without computers or tablets? It would be much harder. Most of my work and studies rely on the computers, and without these devices, I'd spend a lot of time doing things manually. Question 9. Have you ever been praised or encouraged by your teacher? Yes, I remember my English teacher once encouraged me for making creative presentation. She said my ideas were unique and well organized, which make me feel more confident in speaking English. Question 10. Do you think parents should often praise or encourage their children? Yes, I think so. Positive encouragement can help the children build confidence and motivation. However, it should be unique and specific, not just say good job all the time, so that the children know uh, exactly what they did, where they did well, and what they did well. Question 11. When was the last time you praised someone? I praised my colleague last week for solving the problem quickly. She came up with the smart ideas which help us save a lot of time, and I made sure to let her know that how much I appreciated it. Question 12. How do you feel when you are praised? When I'm praised, I feel happy and motivated to keep improving. It also makes me believe that my hard work is noticed and valued by others. Question 13. Do you like science fiction movies and why? Yes, I enjoy watching them because they allow me to imagine life beyond the Earth and explore the advanced technology that might exist in the future, which fascinates me and keeps me curious about the unknown. Question 14. Have you ever learned about outer space and stars? No, I have never learned about outer space and stars in a formal way because my school didn't focus on astronomy. However, I always found it interesting when I see documentaries or I read short articles about the universe. Question 15. Do you want to know more about outer space? Definitely. I think there's still so much we don't know, like whether there's a life on the other planets. Learning about outer space makes me realize how small we are compared to the universe. Question 16. Do you want to go into outer space in the future? Yes, I'd like to go to the outer space, but I know that is really expensive and risky. If space travel becomes safety and affordable, I I'd love to experience the view of Earth from the space. It must be breathtaking. One of the most memorable that I ever had was with my grandfather, who is now in his early 80s. Despite his age, he's still energetic and has an amazing memory. I remember the conversation clearly because it happened during Lunar New Year about 2 years ago. I was visiting my hometown and we were sitting in front of his house, sipping hot tea. The weather was cool and quiet, which made it a perfect setting for a long talk. We started to talk about how life was when he was young. He told me that he had to walk several kilometers to school, and at that time there was no electricity in his village. People relied on old lamps and cooked using firewood. He also shared his funny moments from his youth, like playing traditional games with his friends or helping his parents in the rice fields. Listening to him, I realized how different and in some ways simpler like used to be. I found this conversation fascinating because it gave me a vivid picture in the past and helped me learn more about my family's history better. It also made me appreciate how much the society has changed in just a few decades. More importantly, my grandfather's positive attitude toward life, even through tough times, truly inspired me. I have three questions. Question one: do old people share the same interests as young people? Not really. I think older people enjoy quieter activities like reading, gardening, and spending time with their family. But while young people tend to prefer more active and trendy activities such as traveling and playing video games, however, there can be some overlap. For example, both generations might enjoy watching movies and going for walks, but their styles or topics they like can be very different. Question 2: has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? Yes, I think so. Nowadays, older people can have better health care and more comfortable living conditions and easier access to the technology that can help them stay connected with others. For example, they can use smartphones to video call their children, enjoy online groups for hobbies. In the past, many older people had to work until they were very weak, but now they can enjoy a longer and enjoyable and healthier retirement. Question 3: what are the advantages of having people of different ages living in the same house? I think it creates a more supportive and balanced environment. Older family members can share their wisdom and life experience, while young people can help with physical tasks and bring the energy to the home. For example, grandparents can take care of the children when parents are busy, and in return, young people can teach them how to use new technology. Living together strengthens family bonds and helps them feel less lonely.